I'm Mr. Hoffman, and this is Lesson 4. Today we're going to be learning about how to find 3 important notes on the piano and what their names are. In order to teach this, I've made up a little story, so get ready for story time. Come on over to the piano and I'll show you my story. First, I want you to pretend with me that this is Piano Street. Welcome to Piano Street. On Piano Street, there are groups of 2 black keys and 3 black keys, and that's going to be very important, so remember that. Once upon a time, there was a little boy who was walking up Piano Street, home from school one day. As he was walking up Piano Street, he noticed that there were 2 black keys right here that made a doghouse. Inside that doghouse was the meanest, scariest dog he'd ever seen. He had sharp teeth and slobbery lips and black fur with one of those spiky collars. Well, that dog, there was no way he was letting this boy pass. And so the boy, fortunately, in his back pocket, he had a bone. So he tossed the bone in the doghouse and the dog went in and he was able to run by. Well, further up the street, he noticed another group of 2 black keys, and that made another doghouse. He got a little nervous at first, but then he realized this was a nice, soft, fluffy poodle kind of dog. So he gave him a nice pat on the head and kept on walking up the street. Every time, though, there were 2 black keys, it made a doghouse. So he got to meet all kinds of dogs up and down Piano Street. Now, on your piano at home, I want you to try to find every D on the piano. To find D, just look for a group of 2 black keys and play the white note that's right in between those 2 black keys. Every time you find one, play it and say D. Push pause so you have time to do this, and then push play again when you're ready to go on. Did you find all the D's? Wonderful. It's time to keep going with our story. So come on back to Piano Street. Well, the next day, our friend was walking up Piano Street as usual, and there was that mean dog again. Oh, but darn it, he forgot his bone. Well, fortunately, just then, a new friend appeared. This was another animal, a cat, a sneaky black cat who was so fast and tricky that the dog was not quick enough to catch it. And this cat would tease this dog so badly, he'd get frustrated and go back into his doghouse. And so the boy said, "Wow, thanks, cat," gave him a pat, and kept on going. Now, do you remember how in the musical alphabet, the letter C always comes before the letter D? Well, the same is true on the piano. C always comes before D. So wherever you have a doghouse, the note to the left or a step below will be C. So if you come up here to this next group of 2 black keys, there will be a D, and the note right before it will be C. Now what I'd like you to try is finding all the C's on your piano. So push pause, play every C on your piano, looking for 2 black keys to find D, and then just look for the note right to the left. Play every C, and then push play to continue. Did you find all the C's? Wonderful. Now, here's the last part of our story. One day, the dog was feeling more angry, more cross than he ever had before. And unfortunately, there was no bone in the kid's back pocket, and the cat was asleep up in a tree. What was the boy to do? Finally, in desperation, he yelled out, "Whose dog is this anyways?" And out came a little girl named Emily. Emily said, "Oh, Spot, leave the poor boy alone." She tossed him some food, and he went inside to eat. The little boy said, "Wow, thanks, Emily," and kept on walking up the street. Over here, of course, there was the soft, fluffy dog, and that dog belonged to a girl named Emma. And it turned out that any time you have 2 black keys with a D, the note after it will be E. Just like the musical alphabet, E comes after D. The last thing I want you to do today is push pause and find every E on your piano. Look for the note to the right of 2 black keys, and then push play again when you're ready to continue. Great job finding the E's. Now, this week when you're practicing, I want you to practice finding all the C's, D's, and E's on your piano like this. Make 3 cards with the letter C, D, and E on each card. Draw 1 card at random and see what letter you get, and try to find whatever you drew on your piano. Another game you can do is have your mom or dad play either a C, a D, or an E, and you have to guess what it is. Once you get really good at finding and recognizing C, D, and E on your piano, you'll be ready to go on to the next lesson. Thanks for joining me today for lesson number 4. Can't wait to see you at lesson 5.